My grandma called me on a Tuesday afternoon. She said there was a man at her door asking about her BMW. She does not own a BMW. I told her I would call her back, and I sat down on my kitchen floor. Let me go back 14 months. I had been watching F90 M5 listings for 2 years. Not casually, obsessively. Spreadsheets, alerts, saved searches across 6 different platforms. The car I wanted was a 2022 M5 competition in frozen black metallic. For those who do not know the F90 M5 competition. 617 horsepower, twin-turbo S63 V8, 0 to 60 in 3.1 seconds. It also looks exactly like a regular 5 Series to anyone who does not know cars. That last part matters. My partner and I had been together for 6 years, shared finances, joint accounts. Every purchase over $1,000 was a conversation. I loved her. I also knew that a conversation about a $94,000 car was not a conversation I was going to win. The listing appeared on a Thursday. 8,200 miles, 1 owner, dealer maintained. Frozen black, full M Sport interior, asking $94,500. I called the seller before I finished reading the description. The seller was motivated. He had taken a new job in another country and needed the car gone in 2 weeks. I offered $89,000. He countered at $91,500. I said yes before he finished the sentence. I had no plan yet. I just said yes. I had the money. I had been saving for 3 years into an account she did not know about, not for anything dishonest. I just needed something that was mine. I had $62,000 in cash. I needed to finance the rest. The problem? Financing a car leaves a paper trail. Bank statements, credit inquiries. I had 2 weeks to figure out how to buy a $91,000 car without her knowing. And that is when I called my grandmother. My grandmother is 73. She drove a Buick Enclave for 11 years before she stopped driving. She has a perfect credit score because she has never missed a payment on anything in her entire life. She also thinks speed limits are suggestions. I explained the situation, all of it, the car, the plan, the money, the reason I had not told my partner. She listened. She was quiet for about 4 seconds. Then she said, "What color is it?" She agreed, her name on the title, her name on the financing, her address as the registration address. I would make every payment directly into her account, and she would forward it to the lender. She made one condition. She got to sit in it. We went to the dealer together, me and my 73-year-old grandmother, to buy a 617 horsepower German performance sedan. The salesman asked if she had driven an M5 before. She said no, but she was a fast learner. The financing came back. $29,500 financed at 6.2% over 48 months. Monthly payment, $691. Grandma signed everything. I sat next to her and tried to look like a supportive grandson. We drove the car to her house. I parked it in her garage next to the 11-year-old Buick. I covered it with a car cover. I stood in that garage for about 10 minutes just staring at it. I had actually done this. If this story is hitting different, hit the like button right now, because what happens next is where it gets genuinely complicated. The cover story I built. I was helping restore a friend's car on weekends. It explained the absence. It explained the occasional smell of exhaust. It explained why I sometimes came home with grease I had deliberately put on my hands before walking through the door. For the first month, I only drove it twice. Getting there, getting back, heart pounding the entire time. It sat under the cover in Grandma's garage, and I thought about it every single day. The guilt was real, but I had a line I told myself every time. I earned this. I saved for 3 years. Nobody was being stolen from. The problem was I kept saying that line to myself at 5:40 in the morning in an empty grocery store parking lot so nobody I knew would see me. Month 2, I started actually driving it, early Saturday mornings before she woke up. I would tell her I was going for a run. I was not going for a run. I was in frozen black doing 90 on an empty highway at 6 in the morning. The car is something else entirely. The S63 at full throttle sounds like nothing I can describe accurately. It is not loud the way a Mustang is loud. It is precise. It is violent. Every time I got back into it, I understood exactly why I had done all of this. Grandma's involvement deepened in a way I did not plan for. She started checking on the car when I was not there, dusting it, moving the cover to look at it. She texted me one day with a photo of her hand on the hood and the caption, "She is beautiful." Then she asked if she could sit in it. Just sit in it. I said yes. I drove it to her driveway on a Sunday morning. She lowered herself into the driver's seat, adjusted the mirrors, put both hands on the wheel, and sat there in complete silence for 3 minutes. She got out slowly, closed the door with both hands, and stood next to the car for a moment. Then she said, This car is too good to be sitting in a garage. I did not point out that it lived in her garage. She already knew that. Then she asked if she could drive it, down the street and back. I said absolutely not. She drove it down the street and back anyway. She did not crash it. She also did not return it at any normal speed. 4 months in, I joined a local BMW club event, track day at a private circuit. I signed in under Grandma's name since that was the registered owner. The organizer printed my paddock pass. It said, Grandma's name, 2022 M5 competition. By the end of the day, people in the paddock were asking about the car because of the name on the pass. One guy came up and said his grandmother drove a Civic and asked what mine drove. I showed him the M5. The story spread through that paddock in about 40 minutes. Someone posted a short video of the car in the paddock to their Instagram stories. The caption was, "Found Grandma's M5 at the track." It got 4,000 views. I watched it from my phone in the pits and said, absolutely nothing. Save this video right now. Because what happened next is the part that almost ended everything. And the part I did not see coming at all. The BMW extended warranty calls started around month 6. Grandma became their primary contact. She called me one evening to ask if she should take the extended warranty on her M5. I told her she did not own an M5. She said she was aware of that, but asked if I wanted her to take it anyway. Month 7. The BMW dealer where Grandma had bought the car sent her a service reminder to her phone by text. She was at Sunday dinner with the family. Her phone was on the table. The text preview said, "Service due. Your 2022 BMW M5. My partner was sitting right next to her. She looked at the phone. She looked at my grandmother. She looked at me. Nobody said anything for about 4 seconds. Then my grandmother said, "They keep sending me things for my nephew's car. I am going to call them." My grandmother lied for me at Sunday dinner without even blinking. She was so convincing that my partner immediately moved on and asked her if she needed help blocking spam texts. I sat there and thought about what kind of person my grandmother actually is. After dinner, I told Grandma I was going to come clean. She told me to wait. She said I should think carefully about whether this was a conversation about a car or a conversation about something bigger. She was not wrong. I also did the math that night for the first time. $62,000 cash plus $691 times 7 months. Total paid $66,837. Market value of the car, $89,000. I was building equity. It did not fix the problem, but it was something. The honest truth, I had not bought a car in secret because I thought she would say no. I had done it because I had never allowed myself to just want something and go get it without needing permission. That is a different problem than a car. I told her on a Saturday morning. All of it. The savings account, the plan, the financing, Grandma's role, the track day pass with her name on it. I showed her photos. I told her the monthly payment. I did not minimize any of it. She was angry. She was more hurt than angry. The anger was about the money. The hurt was about the secrecy. She asked why I could not just talk to her about something I wanted. I did not have a good answer. That was the real conversation. We spent about 3 weeks in a difficult place, real conversations, things we had both been avoiding. The car was almost beside the point by then. Almost. The hardest conversation was not about the car or the money. She asked me if there was anything else I had done that she did not know about. I said no, and I meant it. But the fact that she had to ask was the actual damage. We were both quiet after that for a while. She asked to see the car. I drove her to Grandma's. We pulled the cover off together. She walked around it slowly. She did not say anything for a while. Then she said, "Your grandmother drove this." I said yes. She said, "Of course she did. Grandma made tea." The 3 of them sat in the kitchen for 2 hours. My partner asked Grandma about the Sunday dinner text cover-up in real time. Grandma described it like a chess move she had prepared in advance. My partner actually laughed. The title transfer required us both at the bank. Grandma sat next to me in her good coat. The banker asked how the vehicle came to be registered in her name. Grandma said, "Family arrangement." He looked at her, then looked at me, then typed something and handed us the paperwork. The resolution, the car stayed. We added a line to our budget. She made me promise that we would take a road trip in it. I promised. We drove to Montreal 3 months later. Grandma got a framed photo of herself in the driver's seat. It is on her wall now between a photo of her late husband and a photo of me as a child. She introduces visitors to it as her car. I do not correct her. The car has 61,000 miles on it now. I have had it for 14 months. I have not regretted a single mile. I have regretted the way I went about it. Those are different things and both of them are true. Last month, Grandma called me. She said she had been thinking. She said if I ever found a clean E63 AMG wagon in the right color, she would be happy to help again. She was absolutely serious. Drop a comment and tell me, would you do it? Yes or no? And if you have already done something like this, I want to hear about it. I know I am not the only one.